Hey. I was thinking, and so I wanted to come on here and share my thoughts with you. As you may know, during the month of October, I've been reading from my book, The Beautiful Journey, sharing my experiences going through breast cancer. I thought this month I would give a little insight as to what some people may go through. I wanted to give hope, encourage people, and possibly inspire people as they're on their own beautiful journey. My last video was about the end of my treatment. I had my um, surgery, everything was successful, and I was declared cancer free. So, super excited. But I knew that I had changed, that my life had transformed, and I didn't know what was next for me. During the first time when I went through cancer, because I've gone through it twice, I don't know that I've shared that. I think I have. I don't know if you've heard that. But the first time when I went through cancer, I sat at home and watched TV. It was when Netflix was just beginning and you would get the DVDs in the mail and you would have to mail them back before you got a new one. I would watch series. Nip Tuck was my favorite. That one was so good. But I was diagnosed with cancer, another cancer, unrelated, a year and a half later. And I said, you know what? I cannot sit on my couch and do the same thing again. Like, I cannot use that time or waste that time, excuse me, on television. And so this time I decided to take some professional and personal development courses at my alma mater, Case Western Reserve University. Well, really, it was Weatherhead School of Management, the business school. And I remember that's where I got my certification to become an executive coach. That's when I first became interested in coaching people. And that's been many years ago. And I still do enjoy coaching. But I remember I was in a professional development course, and I think this one was just on leadership. And there was a quotation I heard that really stopped me in my tracks. It says, I always knew I'd be somebody. Now I know I should have been more specific. When I hear that one, it just makes me want to shout because I am somebody. I was somebody back then. But was I the person that I wanted to be? You know, I thought back on all the dreams that I had for myself. I wanted to be a ballerina. And somebody crushed that when my legs got too long and my feet and my fingers and arms and all of that, right? So I got too long, too lanky, as they said, to be a ballerina. I had a lot of dreams. I wanted to be a pediatrician, and I ended up being an engineer instead. Like a lot of things had just gone to the wayside. So when I heard that quotation, I always knew I'd be somebody. Now I know I should have been more specific. It made me think about what is it from this point on that I want to do and who do I want to be? And I am grateful for the experience of going through cancer because I do believe that it led me to my purpose, what it is that I'm passionate about doing. And excuse me. And so I just want to share a little bit from the chapter in my book that is titled I Am. You know, I decided, excuse me, to title that because I remember hearing, I think it may have been Joel Osteen, who said that anything that comes after I am is going to come looking for you. So you need to be more specific and make sure you're more positive when you have your affirmations of I am. So if I say I am broke, guess what? Broke gonna come looking for me. So I don't use that affirmation. I am beautiful. I am enough. I am special. I am smart. Whatever the I am is, whatever you put behind that is going to come looking for you. So just make sure that you are intentional when you have those affirmations. I am are the two most powerful words. What you put after them shapes your reality. And that is so true. So don't go around saying I'm a nobody because you are somebody. You know, I could say I'm a child of God and that's all that needs to be said, right? But whatever you put behind that I am, make sure. that you're being intentional with it. And I had to laugh at myself because when I wrote this, the next post I did, I said, I am tired. And I was tired. I was tired of going through all of this. I was going through a different type of radiation. Well, this was actually the first radiation that I had to have with the second type of cancer that I had gone through. And I just wanted it to be over. I had done the 25 radiations. This is for the second cancer. And then I had to do some different type of radiation, some internal radiation, and it was just a mess. You know, I think about this because I have a friend who is going through cancer right now, and I read up on him when he shares what he's going through, and I just pray because it's a lot. It's not what I had to go through. I never faced a terminal diagnosis. I never had to fight as hard as he's having to fight. Um, but he said something the other day that just made me smile. I remember when I was going through cancer, a friend of mine who's a non-believer said, like, why would God do this to you? Like, why would he give you cancer? And I never questioned why me. I always thought, why not? Because I am strong enough. I can be an example for people. And when I think about my friend who's going through his own cancer journey right now, that's what he said. Like, why not me? Like, it's a joy. I mean, I know it's not a joy for him going through this, but it's a joy for me seeing his spirit, seeing his fighting spirit, and how he is in a positive space despite all the ugliness that he has to deal with. Yeah. Why not me? Why not? So anyway, I will give you something to reflect on. We only have one more day, so I may as well give you some kind of homework, right? Um, who are you? And what is the descriptor that you would put behind I am? Or descriptors? You can have multiple. What affirmations do you have for yourself? Would those, would others see you the same way too? Just curious. And if they don't, how is it that you can change their perspective, their perception of you? It makes me think, and I'm going to leave on this one, but it makes me think of Carla Harris. If you don't know who she is, shame on you. She is such a dynamic woman, and I love following her. But she has a book called, I don't even know what the book is called. Expect to Win. That's the name of the book. She has multiple, but that's the one that I'm talking about in regards to this. And she talks about how perception is the co-pilot to reality, and how people perceive you is their reality. And she was using the example of how she wanted to become a manager, wanted to get promoted, and she was overlooked. And she asked her boss why, and he said, you're doing great work, you work hard, you're smart, but I just don't think you're tough enough. And she was like, what do you mean? Like, she felt that she's tough enough. But she recognized that it didn't matter what she felt. It was a matter as to how he perceived her. And so from that point on, she decided she was going to change his perspective of her as well as the other people's perspective of her or perception. And she will go around, and anytime they gave her a compliment and she said, yeah, because I'm tough enough. So now it's embedded in them that, what, she is tough enough. And she ended up doing way better than she probably even imagined. She is just a dynamic woman. Look her up and follow her if you haven't already. But I just wanted to share that with you as well, as you think about your homework assignment and how you can change other people's perspectives about you or perception. All righty, however they perceive you. Yeah.